just too easy for you. Thank you.
Right, happy to, Mr. Chairman.
Did you want that up
No. Mr. Hollingham, you're up tonight, aren't you?
here? It is my turn, yeah.
Pins and needles. All of us are on pins and
I'm
needles.
sure, yeah.
All right, looks like that crew in the back's ready to get this thing going. Yeah?
Yep.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. Please rise. Looking over.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Oh, no, these are busy values. It's not written down. I need a mirror to pretend like I remember all of these.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to be.
All right, our mission, empowering learners, enriching lives. Vision is creating meaningful opportunities to develop skills, expand knowledge, strengthen character, and empower tomorrow's leaders today. Our values, integrity, excellence, relationship, perseverance, and collaboration. Ms. Stolick is not here yet, so Mrs. Beidman, could you please give roll call?
Mr. Davidson?
Here.
Mr. Crum?
Here.
Mr. Edsel is absent. Ms. Dahl will be arriving a little bit later.
Yeah, I think Ms. Stolick is at the track something or other. All right, what does that give us though?
A quorum.
We still have a quorum. All right, so we're good to go. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented, please?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. We have an agenda. We have presentations and recognitions. I'm guessing that's what you guys are doing standing back there.
No, they're here just to watch.
Because you knew it was the cool place to hang out on Tuesday nights. You guys finally figured it out. All right, Mr. Olson.
Well, I'm going to
Oh,
start
Mr.
first,
Furman.
if that's all right.
Yes.
So it's my
I didn't see you.
immense pleasure to introduce our speech and debate and the coach, Mr. Olson, for recognition at tonight's board meeting. It's kind of special for me in that I stood up here for many of these same kids for the drama team earlier when they won state, and now I'm standing up again for speech and debate. And again, they are state champions. And I did not know this when I started working for the district, when I was here for a board meeting 4 years ago, that some of the students standing before you stood then, and then every subsequent year because they continue to be state champions. Additionally, for those of you that may know, the majority of this team, the vast majority of this team also had important roles in our production of Beetlejuice, which has a special place in my heart because I got to live my dream of being in a high school musical when I showed up in a cameo for our school production. They even put my name on the dressing room, and so I'm kind of part of the team. But no, we couldn't be prouder of the hard work that these students have done throughout the year for drama, for our school plays, and for speech and debate. And so for the details on how they took state championship, I'll turn it over to Coach Olson.
Thank you, board. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Superintendent Jones. I love these kids. I've been working with these students for so long, and you know, it amazes me that they can go from one thing to the next and be successful at it. So when we won our state championship for drama, they were like, cool, that was awesome, but now we started speech like the next day. And so they're working on speech. And during that process too, they're also earning the top rating in band and choir, not only at our district music festival, but we just went to Denver this last weekend and earned the top rating there with the first place finish for our jazz band out of, there was like 16 schools, any school 1,000 or less students earned the top rating there, but our choir also earned a superior rating in the second place finish there. So that's the only competition that music does. It really is amazing. I look at somebody like Emmy, who has won in 4 years. She has won 8 state championships in 4 years. That's a really amazing thing. And like, I don't care about the credit. None of it's about me. It's about and how hard these kids work and how much time they put into what they're doing and care and the love for this community. And it's mind-boggling. Like, watching them perform at state. And this year was an interesting state for both drama and speech because they had redistricted, they had reclassification. So they moved a lot of 3A schools down to 2A. So it was like, okay, we're gonna go up against Worland and Torrington. And it was awesome to see them just rally up. They don't have zero ego. It's all about humility and working harder than everybody else, and that's what we do. We work harder than everybody else, and whatever happens is okay, as long as we know that we put in all the effort that we could. And so that's what amazes me, is how hard they work and how much they love what they're doing, and the amount of hours they put in. So, Abby, you want to say anything about this team, as this is your last time as a senior?
I just love all these kids. Me and the other seniors have talked about this a lot, about how much we love these kids, because it's really fun to see them grow in whatever event they choose to do. It's cool to like offer help where they might need help. If somebody's like, hey, I don't really like this feels really, really awkward, and I really need someone's help, and I can offer that help, and then create confidence in them in what they're doing, and it's really fun to see that.
And speech is interesting too, because when we compete, we're competing against 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A schools in each of our rounds. And so they have to be in the top 3 of each of those rounds to move on to the semifinals. And so we'll have Cheyenne East, who has full-time speech and debate classes. And so we never know who we're gonna see, we never know. We do know a lot of the students. That's what I love about the speech and debate community, is everybody's super supportive, but you just don't know going into it what it's gonna be like. The wind was so hard, it blew Claire, like in Cheyenne. I mean, I've never seen somebody blow over. And she's okay, but she had her presentation board with her, and her presentation boards blew a mile away. But you know what the team did? Boom, we're gonna go find him, and we found him. And then we're sitting right before the morning of, and we're putting the boards back together. Like, that's the team that we have, and the love we have for each other. And I think that's really what this whole thing's about, is just teaching them the skills they need to be successful in the future, but also just having pride in what they're doing. So I couldn't be more proud of you guys, and you know that.
Claire, I have a quick follow-up question. In hindsight, what would you do to prepare a board for Wyoming?
There's not much you can do.
That was when it was blown over semis.
Yeah,
All the way.
Cheyenne.
Yeah.
In March.
Okay.
So if it weighed something less than a semi, it still wouldn't.
How many of you are seniors?
I think just me, the other
Yeah, because
seniors
Notice
are
is at
gone.
work, and then I have some in a lot of our, this is about half the team, the other half, a lot of them are in the Lion King over at the Tampa Theater, and work and all these other things that they do. I will say, you know, Riley over here, she hasn't missed a day of school since 5th grade.
Shut up.
This is true. This is true, and so that's commitment, right? So she's there every day.
Congratulations, obviously. I mean, you've got a string of a lot of hard work paying off. Ms. Ramber, since this is your last time, I've been privileged to watch you the last few years, your talent, speech and debate, drama. So, thank you for how you represent our school. That's important, and it's starts with, you know, the message that, the expectations that you have from the get-go, but then walking the talk. And so I appreciate how you carry yourselves and represent our school with class.
Yeah, we're proud of you. You guys also have to stand over here, and what board is going to be here, and even if everybody wants to get there. We have to do a picture with you guys, because we want to be associated with greatness. And Coach.
Emmy, are you still in the golf game?
I am.
Mr. Davidson.
Checking.
I sit in the front, so I don't wanna go first. Okay.
Oh, it was?
No, pass. Catch me next time. Yes.
Everybody ready here then?
just for posterity. Okay, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Get you ready for graduation.
Ouch. I got kind of quiet in here. Hey, guess what? It's the last meeting of the school year. Yes. And so we're gonna recognize Cowboy State Virtual Academy and Mr. Hollingston.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to once again speak with you about CSBA. And as I've done the last few years, I've invited a few of our families to join us this evening and share their experience and their stories with why they're with the CSBA. I also have Jeanette Van Patten, who is our academic coach. She's going to join us. I haven't done this in the past, but I think in the years to come, I'll also invite a staff member to kind of talk about their role in the program and the different things that we do with kids from a lot of different perspectives. And so our first guest this evening, I'm actually going to introduce Bronwyn Minton and Odin Casey, her junior son. We'll let them begin. Bronwyn is teaching a class this evening, and so she has been gracious enough to step out of the class for a moment and jump in here real quick. We'll ask Odin to stay on in case you have questions at the end. But Bronwyn and Odin, are you there? And can you turn on your camera for us so the board can see you? Attaboy, thank you for that. Okay, which of you two would like to begin in talking about your experience in the CSBA?
Maybe I'll do a little quick thing and then Odin can talk. Hello everyone, my name is Bronwyn Minton. We live in Jackson. Odin has been, I think this is the end of his second year with CSB, is that right, Odin? And he can talk more about this, but he skis a lot and tries to ski almost every day in the winter and also has a job. And this program has been a lot for competing and skiing and all kinds of things in our lives. And it has been a really great way to get his high school education along with providing a lot of other experiences, really, really cool experiences. Do you want to talk a little bit about it, buddy?
And where do you ski at, Odin?
Jacksonville Mountain Resort.
Yeah, do you travel much though as well?
I travel a bit for competitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And will you talk about your experience at Connections Academy versus here?
One of the things that helped me with the school is that you have to have all the everybody in the so you can't get like multiple weeks behind if you're at a comp or something and it stacks up and then it's hard to catch back up. So if you have to have it done by the end of each week, it's easier to stay on top of it.
Yeah, I think that's a huge difference between us and a lot of the other programs for sure.
We also have taken advantage of the, being able to take, college classes and, get, high school credit and college credit. So Odin has been doing a lot of Central Wyoming. We have a branch of Central Wyoming College in Jackson. So he's been taking a lot of their online classes and being able to get dual, credit for them, which is really amazing. I think he's probably got, well, you have maybe 5 classes open already that way.
Yeah, you've been quite busy, I think, between college classes, work, skiing, and your work in schools PLP with us. You're staying pretty busy, yeah.
It also
That's a-
allows
Did you want to ask questions at the end of everybody, or?
Why don't we just ask questions as they come, if
Okay.
they're ready for it? If Odin is ready for questions. Odin, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, my name's Clint, I'm the school board here. I'll have you know I grew up in Jackson, and I too was a ski racer. That doesn't sound like of the caliber you are. But I lived right across from Snow King. But this is back in the 70s, it's quite a while ago. And it was quite a bit different. How many college credits do you have through this? Or expected once you're finished?
I think I took 4 college classes last fall. I'm taking 2 classes right now, and then I'll probably take another 4 next fall semester, and then maybe 2 or 3 next spring semester. So I'll probably be about a year and a half through my college credits by the time I graduate.
Nice, good. Do you plan on skiing in college or leaving skiing? So where are you thinking?
More of a freeride kind of skiing than racing, but they still have those kinds of competitions for adults, and I think I'll continue to do that in college.
Okay, good. You guys?
Okay. Bronwyn, unless you have anything else, if you wanted to, you're welcome to stay on, of course, but if you wanted to get back to your class, that'd be okay. And Odin, if you don't mind sticking around just in case other questions pop up, that'd be awesome. Okay? Thank you, Bronwyn.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Brahman.
Okay, before we go to our next one, I'm gonna try to see if I can do something with my audio, because clearly this is not working very well. Do we have a, is there a remote?
Not for that, I've never seen
Yeah, I've never seen one either, so I don't think that's gonna work. I'm gonna get my key fob and see if it works. Do those speakers work? We can- Okay. Hey, Jeanette, will you say hi so I know if this is working or not? Try one more time for me.
Hello?
Okay, that's great, thank you. Okay, I did move us a little bit because we have somebody in person. I don't know if you guys think we can probably see. Okay, so next up I have Rachel Sorensen, and Tryon is here. A couple of our local kids. Lainey is not here, but I'll let you talk about that here in just a moment. Tryon and Lainey used to attend in person on the Bighorn side, and then switched to CSBA, and so thank you guys for being here.
So I had a high school, or we started at Bighorn years ago. I had a child, as my son graduated from Bighorn High School in 2020. He was a great student and an elite athlete. And so I never thought of anything different. I just thought that's how our life was gonna go, was going to Bighorn. My kids started in Bighorn, and in kindergarten, my daughter got, Kawasaki's disease. And then, after, it was every year she got another autoimmune condition, and another autoimmune condition, and another autoimmune condition. And so it was the summer between 3rd grade, we got told that she had to have a bunch of jaw surgeries, and she would have to start on some autoimmune suppressive drugs, and that for her to go to school was gonna be really scary. And for him to go to school with her and then bring home all of the bacteria and just every day-to-day stuff was going to be scary for them. And so I talked to the elementary school principal at the time, and that was in between, after Mrs. Powers. And so I expressed my concerns because I didn't even know where to go with it or how to even start into the life of homeschool. And so he said that Bighorn or this district had a program and that he really thought that it would work out for our family, and so he put me in touch and with the Cowboy State Virtual Academy. And it's really worked out because the kids can work ahead when they have to go for her surgeries. But when she can't, then we just work at our own pace, and we don't have to be on at a certain time in order for her to, a lot of them that we saw that they had to sign in at a certain time. And so when she's in the hospital, she can't log in at that time, so she misses all the classroom time. And that's what I was worried about. And then I also didn't want to just completely go off grid and not have my kids do this state standardized testing, or to not have teacher support or any of that. I wanted a curriculum that was, you finished by the week, you know, they have a week curriculum that they finish every week. I wanted a structured curriculum, I wanted the testing, I wanted everything, and I wanted support from teachers. And that's what we've gotten with this. So that was our story, and I was really scared about not having like the friendship basis and everything, but he stayed in boys choir. They do 4-H, they do church activities, they do everything else, and it's worked out. So that's why we chose the program, was medical reasons. And she stayed really healthy through her immunosuppressive drugs, and we've had to keep upping them, and so it would have been very scary because she cuts herself and she gets an infection in the cut. So I can't imagine, with all the germs and the new stuff, what would have happened with her health at that point. So
Was she at Children's?
she's been at Children's, and now she goes to Salt Lake because they couldn't even treat her at Children's. It wasn't big enough. So she goes to Salt Lake all the time, and we spend a lot of time in Salt Lake for long periods of time so that she can have all of her testing and surgeries and things like that. So now I don't feel like we're overly rushed to be back, and we're not taking large sheets to keep on track, and we just take it and she works through it when she can, and we work ahead when we can. And if not, then I've communicated, and it's just, everybody's very supportive, so that's our story. So,
Well, thank you for sharing that.
yes,
It's quite a story. You've gone through a lot.
yeah,
That is amazing.
Tryon, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, try it.
You were looking a little shy there for a moment, I wasn't
No,
sure.
I don't know what I would say.
Do you like it? Yeah. Why do you like it?
The flexibility of everything.
Yeah.
I think it was scary for him too in the beginning, because he was going from fifth grade to 6th grade, and it was the locker thing. It was all about, I'm like, I'll buy you a locker. What do I need to do to make this okay? And now I'm like, you missed the locker thing? And he's like, no.
So, Tryon, do you have like a set schedule for every part of your day, or do you get to do some stuff as long as you get your schoolwork done that day and it's kind of your schedule?
It's more my schedule.
So what do you like to do before you do schoolwork?
I go and walk my steer and
Yeah,
do all of my outside stuff.
you get all your chores done outside. That makes it nice, doesn't it? Awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
How many steers do you have?
I have one.
Do you have any pigs? No pigs, just steers?
You have
Okay.
some owls too.
Goat. I have a goat and a lamb.
Okay, so you're busy. Livestock handling? Nice. Good. That is, I can't imagine what you've gone through for this. That is a lot to go through. And it's amazing the turns life takes. No one ever plans for stuff.
No.
And that's, I think, one of the really neat things about this program is how flexible it is.
That was my fear, is that I didn't want, because someone had told me about the WYBA, and it was signing on at a certain time, and I didn't know how that in a hospital bed, you just sign her on, and then does she miss all that critical information, or how does that work? And so I just had a lot of conversations with the school, and they were like, and they just took care of it. They were like, don't worry about her, we've got it from here. And they just sent everything to him, I didn't have to do anything. And then Mrs. Olson called and that was it, and it was all done. And they even sent computers and everything just so that we could be, like, before we could, I mean, we've ordered computers now, but it was just, everything was on our doorstep and it was handled, and I didn't have to worry about that aspect of it while I was trying to take care of her and get her ready for this massive jaw operation and biopsies. And so it was really convenient, and it was a lifesaver because it was a very, very scary time for our family.
I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
Somebody?
Okay,
All right.
and Shauna, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay,
Hear me?
yep, we got you. And do you have Iris as well?
Yep, she's here.
Okay, outstanding.
That's ours.
Okay, so we have Shauna and Iris Carpenter. Iris is a senior with us, and actually Iris has been with us, well, you can tell them, but I think it's been 7th grade, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is.
That's literally old school, isn't it?
This is finishing year 6 for sure. In fact, Iris was here the year before I started as the director, so she out tenures me, frankly, in the program. She can give you all kinds of information about how the program has changed over the years for sure. So Shauna and Iris, I'll let you take it away.
Great. Like I said, I'm Shauna. We're from Gillette, and when Iris was young, she was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder and ADHD. And I just felt like a traditional school setting would not be a place where she would thrive with all of the distraction and everything going on. And she's always really liked to learn. So we started out with me homeschooling her, which I was pretty confident doing until 6th grade, but I knew going into junior high and high school that I wanted to get her into a program where I could take more of a supporting role and just help her out, but she would have teachers that would, you know, be able to help her, and that she would get a well-rounded education through the curriculum and then be able to actually graduate versus, you know, homeschooling. You don't have the diploma and things like that. So when we were looking for programs, we checked out several, and we landed on CSBA because of the flexibility. Again, she kind of works best at her own pace. Some things she'll go slower at, other things she'll, you know, speed through. And we kind of wanted to have that ability for her to work with what made her most comfortable. So we did start, when we started, it was a different curriculum, which we had researched and we really liked. And then as the program changed and a few years ago, the curriculum changed, the teachers and the staff were all great at helping us, you know, navigate the new system, the new website, everything that, you know, came along with that. But we've had a great experience, and that's kind of our story, so.
Iris, did you want to add anything?
I've had a really good time with this program, and I've had a lot of flexibility. I've been able to work during the day at my own pace, as my mom said. Usually I just wake up and I get to work on all the daily stuff, and I get that finished and out of the way. And it still gives me plenty of time to work on assignments outside of class and outside of the daily work. And I've received a lot of support and advice from my teachers, and it's been a really nice experience. I've had a good time with this school program. So
You've been
Very
done with your
happy
classes for a while, haven't you? This
I
spring?
have been, yeah.
Yeah, you were one of
Was
the
able
first.
to work ahead.
Yeah, when did you get done? Do you remember?
End of February, I think?
I believe so, sometime in February.
Yeah, she flew. Now, you're taking 3 classes or 4 classes, right? This spring? I can't remember.
Yeah.
There were 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
She took extra this year so that
Yeah.
she would qualify for the scholarship, the name
Yeah,
escapes me right now.
the Hathaway
But she wanted
Scholarship.
to make sure she had plenty of credits for applying for the scholarships and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely, yep.
And for the board, Iris is one of our seniors that will attend in person. And so Iris, you'll get to meet everyone here. You'll be shaking their hand here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she'll also be
Very
attending our
excited.
dinner the night before, so.
Nice.
Very
Well,
excited
Iris,
to meet
that,
everyone in person.
hi Iris, I'm Clint, on the school board. That kind of stole my question. I was gonna see if you were gonna come over and graduate with us. And it sounds like you are.
I am going to be there in person.
Yeah. Do you have senioritis right now? I have a senior that will be graduating with you. And so I have to introduce you to her. And she's had senioritis since 8th grade. I'm just curious about you.
It's a big step, a big leap for sure, and it's a little frightening to think about because, going into college and everything's like opening up and you have to look for just job applications and everything, working with classes and balancing all of that out. But I think that as I go along, I will figure things out, and I will just keep going as I am and do my best.
Well, we bet you're gonna be awesome at that, Iris.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nothing else for? Okay, so I think Rachel and Cheyenne and the rest of you, except for Jeanette, you're welcome to stick around, but if
Thank
you would
you.
like to jump off, feel free to do so. You're welcome to leave it right now if you'd like to, or you can stick around as well. And then we'll have Jeanette join us. Ms. Van Patten can talk about her role as academic coach in the CSBA. Hi, Jeanette.
Hello.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, I think the most impressive part about this program is it helps meet students where they are and what they need. So my role is, I think the key word for me is the coach part, not so much the academic part. I try and help them academically as much as I can, but it sometimes leads people to believe that I'm the tutor, and while I, am a teacher and I have an education, degree, I simply don't tutor them all the time. I'm more a jack of all trades, and if they're struggling, I try everything I know to try and help them within all the systems that I know and understand from schools. So if they are really, really struggling with the transition to online school, they have no idea how to schedule their day, create any kind of structure, I try to help them. If they are struggling a ton, I put in more stop gates. So I kind of tier the help that I give them until they're able to do it on their own, and then I try to just gently let them go and do their thing. Oftentimes I'm the first person who finds about that there's a big issue. So for example, I'm usually the first contact if a student becomes behind. And upon that, my first question to them is, help me understand why you're struggling. Then that helps me develop a plan for them. More often than not though, there is some other outside of school issue that's causing them issues. Whether it's a divorce, whether it's whatever it is, I try to help then provide them with whatever resource that may be, whether that's our school counselor, or just a place to just call and set up their week. Like, let's talk about how you can be successful. And then occasionally I have students who come to me, and typically they are the seniors who have the senioritis, or they're overwhelmed by the things that they have in their life. So several years ago, I had a senior who was struggling mightily. And when I called and asked him what he wanted or needed from me, he said, "Can you just be my boss?" and can you tell me exactly what I need to do to graduate every day? So every day, I provided him with a very structured, you have to do X, Y, and Z. And I told him from the get-go that I would hold his feet to the fire. And upon Mom's handing him off to me, she said, good luck. And I'm happy to say he walked across the stage. He graduated with the rest of his peers because he was very, very, very good about doing exactly what I asked him to do. So I would love to say my job is just one, pretty prescribed, but it's very different every single day.
So, Jeanette, this is Clint Crum. You said something at the very beginning that I think is perhaps the most beautiful thing you could say in education. And it's meet students where they are. And that's something that you are tasked with in your job. How do you do that? How do you, especially since this is a lot of times online, in Zoom, how do you get to know these kids?
Well, I must say that that's the biggest challenge with this particular program is because I don't see them face to face all the time as I would have in an actual building. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to travel to them during assessment time because it does provide me the opportunity to see them one-on-one and get to know them. I try to put in as much Zoom as possible. And I also, I guess, my background in education is a teacher, counselor, principal, that kind of thing. So I think I'm pretty good at just listening to them when I'm talking to them. I don't just listen to the student though. I often try to engage those parents because if I have a student who's struggling, sometimes the parents are struggling too. And they need something from me as well.
Yeah, I think Jeanette, she has undersold the work that she does with our parents. A lot of times when kids are struggling, the kids end up getting the consequence in our program, whether they're counted absent for falling behind, potentially being removed from the program or exited. But a lot of times it's an adult issue. The student isn't getting the adult support that we want them to have at home. And so a lot of times Jeanette will fill that role of support, but she'll also counsel or coach parents along and help them meet the expectations. Jeanette, for example, will enroll herself in our training school, which is kind of our sandbox area behind the scenes. You must be enrolled in 100 different courses, and she will go through the courses herself so she knows what her students and her parents are experiencing on their end. She has a feel for it. She's been a terrific support person for us as well, for me. She's very willing to share and collaborate and help us grow and improve the program. She's part of our team every Wednesday that meets, and we'll be meeting tomorrow morning as we normally do. She wears many, many hats for us and does many things, obviously, and couldn't do it without her for sure. So, anything else for Ms. Van Patten?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thanks,
work.
Jeanette.
Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it. See you later. So we do this every year now. I think it's becoming kind of a habit, but tonight you heard a skier. We've got multiple skiers, we've got rodeo kids, we've got, I don't know, we've got tons of different, we've got an Olympic archer on the junior national team who travels the world, Korea, India. Like, he's doing work at all hours of the day, depending on where he's at on planet Earth at the time. Odin skis very competitively. I felt like he kind of undersold how much he travels competitively as well. We have the medical issues, and we've talked about those kinds of things in the past as well, but they are certainly real in our program. She mentioned divorce. I'm sure it's heavy on our mind right now because we have a family of 3 siblings in the program. And we didn't know, mom and dad apparently had separated, but maybe not separated. The kids were doing fine, and then suddenly the 3 kids just went AWOL on us. We didn't know what happened, and it took a little bit of time to kind of figure it out, but apparently about the same day they went AWOL on us, the parents told them that they were getting a divorce. And so Jeanette's been working with all 3 of them to try to get them through that. So they didn't come to us because of the divorce, but it happens in the middle of that. But we have the support mechanisms, and because of the flexibility, we're able to do some things with kids that you can't always do in brick and mortar settings. So, and then of course you have the homeschool situation where parents just kind of run it to the end of their line, and we're like, I'm going to need some help going forward. And so, as you know, we have a wide variety. We serve a lot of different needs, and it keeps us on our toes for sure.
Hi. I love the pic it shows the versatility of the program. And it really does meet the students where they are in life, where the families are. And it serves a great purpose.
And I've said this to this board every year, but you need to recognize that your support of the program not only provides the opportunity for kids and families across the state, but even in our own district, we're able to support kids and families that not every district can do that. And if they could, they wouldn't be coming to us for it, right? So just know the commitment that you guys continue to put towards the CSBA provides that for your communities on both sides, no doubt.
One last question.
Yeah.
How many are you expecting to be in person for graduation? Or hoping?
Yeah.
Hoping and expecting different answers.
I think like 25 or 30,
Oh,
I
wow.
think is the number, 25-ish.
Okay.
But it's not just the seniors. We had a bunch of kids graduate early this year that you guys
Right.
approved earlier.
Yeah.
And some of them, even though they graduated in December, they want to still come and walk and be a part of it. And then we have a number of juniors that are finishing their junior year that will be there. So you'll have juniors, you'll have seniors, you'll have graduates from December, kind of a hodgepodge. But,
So almost about the same as a typical graduating class for us.
yeah. You know, and honestly, our senior class, between the 2 high schools and us, our senior class the last 2 years has been the largest senior class of the 3. So you don't know it because you don't see them. And most of them don't come and walk. But we have graduated more kids than the 2 high schools have the last 2 years, or we will this year. We'll do the second year of that. So, yeah, it's growing for sure.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for the sound.
Yeah.
Should have taken you up on it the first time. I didn't want to move the computer.
Mr. Davidson, were you the tech genius there that figured that out?
No, not at all.
No, that was
I just turned
Mr.
it
Furman.
on.
Mr.
that
Furman.
told us.
Smooth the T.
Thank you. Do we have any visitor comments tonight?
We didn't have any on the show.
Okay. All right, we have reports. This is a sad, sad day for the school board. A very happy day for Walker and Erica, because they graduate school board tonight. It's a big night. You can take your little name placards with you. Anyway, I had mentioned to them earlier, we love hearing about what's going on at their school. Tonight, we'd also like to hear a little bit about their plans, and wouldn't mind if you brag a little bit about yourself and your accomplishments, what you hope to do. So, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, it's a little weird. This is going to be the last board meeting. I've thoroughly enjoyed being here and having the pleasure to, spend all the hours with all you people. It's been a really fun experience, and I think I've pulled a lot from it for my future life. So I just want to thank you all again for having me and embracing me with open arms and laughing at my poor jokes. So thank you again. So at Bighorn High School, student council, we're rounding off. As president, I have 3 days of real school left, so we're wrapping stuff up pretty quickly. We're planning a campus cleanup day right now, so the dates are still to be determined, but we're gonna get the entire high school out cleaning up the campus, doing some nice things to tidy up before the summer comes, so that's one project we're working on. And then, I don't know if you noticed the boxes in the hall on the way in, but we're also doing a food drive right now for the local food groups, so just something nice to do before the school year ends, and it's something that the student council always tries to squeeze in. Like I said, graduation is coming up. My last day is May 18th, and then the 30th is when I graduate. It has gone by super fast. I don't even know, it, like, blink and you miss it, but I was really thankful to have gone to Bighorn High School. I really took advantage of everything Bighorn has to offer with like dual enrollment and concurrent, to the point where last Saturday I actually was able to get my associate's degree from Sheridan College, so I could not have been to that point without Bighorn and all they offered. And it's really just, it's been a great experience. I've really appreciated the staff and the students here. It's like I always say this, like, yes, I know it's cliche, but like we really are one big family here, and I always appreciate the bond everyone has at Bighorn, and I've been so very thankful to be part of Bighorn for, well, since I went to preschool. I've been here all those years, but moving on to like what I'm planning to do, to brag about myself a little bit, I will actually be attending Penn State this upcoming fall for a turf science degree, so I can go be a golf course superintendent, get to be outside all day long and play a lot of free golf, so sounds pretty good to me. Mr. Crum, is there any more bragging you want?
That's a lot of bragging. Are you excited about going to Pennsylvania?
I have not determined if I want to do in-person Pennsylvania or if I want to try to do their online program.
Okay.
So it's a toss-up.
So it's at College Station, right? Is that where Penn State's at? Have you ever looked at a map of Pennsylvania? You have two gigantic urban areas. You have Philadelphia, way on the East Coast, and Pittsburgh, way on the West Coast. And in between that is a giant forest. And right in the middle of the state in that forest is College Station. I always thought it was kind of weird that they put it there. So what's going to help you decide that?
Depends on how many scholarships I get. Gotta be. I don't want to start my adult life with a bunch of debt, so
right.
Gotta be smart about it. That'll determine a lot.
All right. Ms. Stuckey?
Okay, I want to start off by saying kind of the same thing, that just like thank you guys for having me come here and fill you guys in and keep you posted on what's going on in our school. It means a lot to all the students that we get to have a voice at all here, and it's just really special that we get to do that. Overall, we've had state art. State art went really well for so many students. I didn't even realize how many kids we had in art and how amazing and talented they are until our art teacher came back, Mr. Lenka, and just dumped out the blue ribbons like all over the stage. I was like, wow, okay. So that's just really cool to be able to see. And a lot of like the art kids are the quieter kids that don't get the recognition, and like he brought them out of their comfort zone, said, hey, come up here, get your ribbon, and it's just really cool to like be able to see that for them too. We had, it's not called state golf, but it was spring golf that concluded last weekend. We've got regional track and state track coming up, so those are all kind of our sports things. Music-wise, we had the music performance assessment in Gillette, which I think I talked about a little bit the last time, so we ended up coming back with a lot of superior ratings. I don't know the actual number, but I don't know, I love doing that, and I love getting to go and do my music things and be my music self and be able to come back and get right back into it. We've got...
Why haven't we ever had you start the board meeting with the anthem right here?
Oh, too late now.
You do a great job of that.
Thank you. We have a choir concert next week, next Tuesday, if you really want to come.
Okay.
Band and choir, actually. But yeah, I guess we had a UW signing day, which I guess that was cool. We did sign a paper in the Commons, so that was fun. And graduation is our big thing right now, so we're really pushing for that. I'm really pushing for that. we're taking 9 days. I've been counting for a while, but it's okay. I guess to talk about myself a little bit, I stay pretty busy. I try to do everything. So I go to school, I go to work, I come here, or it's sports, or it's whatever it is after that. And even like through all that, I love making connections with all the people in our community. Mr. Wow, sorry, sorry to call you out, but when I was in 4th grade, it was his first year teaching, and
You're telling the story.
no.
Oh, okay.
We just have had a connection for a really long time, and it was like,
I'll tell it at graduation, so.
okay, so it was just like really cool to, like, I don't know, kind of grow up with the same people, and like even our teachers and adults, and like just to have that special connection is super awesome. Probably one of my favorite parts about like having a small district and just in a small community. Talk about myself. I really like music. I've done a lot of music stuff, and I've done pretty well, I guess. And I was in the play this year, which was super, super great. I plan to go to UW next year for psychology and political science, and possibly also neuroscience, because I have most of my credits done for that already through just the college classes I've been taking the past 3 years.
How many credits do you think you'll graduate?
I don't know.
A bunch?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Let's say some semesters.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm really excited to go down to UW and figure out what I want to do and see where it takes me.
Thank you, guys. I do have one request, and this is a future request, and I've asked this of the other representatives. In 5 years, I'm gonna track you down, and, because then you'll kind of see where, talking to you next year is gonna be, but in 5 years, I'm gonna track you down and see if we help prepare you for where you're at. And that's a question I ask you. I think we are finally, Sydney Pittman from Tongue River was our first student representative, and on the Bighorn side, who was it that year? Our first year doing it. Oh, horrible. But anyway, I will be contacting them this year and see where they're at, and to contact as many of your classmates as possible. Would you guys be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
I'm just. Hey, we're really proud of you. We do want to get pictures of you guys, and you have to hold your.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, get those dang water bottles out of here. Let's move over.
Stay hydrated.
Get on the sunspot. Yeah, and really, I mean,
No,
that's
all is
really
straight up. That's why I'll cover my face on this.
Wait, let me go backwards.
Do you want to be in there?
Well, good, thank you.
Yeah, do a selfie.
You're doing real close.
All right, and for one last time.
Thank you, guys.
See you, Greg. Thank you.
Clint, do you want to give them their cards?
Oh, hang on.
Do you want to?
Yeah, hold on. Whoa.
Hang on. Give them those things.
Walker.
He's already all right.
Or should it be runner? We got a runner instead of a walker. Man. I know it's unpleasant for them, but that hurts. All right, on to business. There's gonna be a lot of motions. I have 2 people to make motions and to second those. Mr. Davidson, I've got your voice warmed up down there.
All right,
Yep. All right.
good.
Okay. WSCA report. All right. We have administrators report. Any questions, comments? All right. Thank you all. We do have Mr. Smith. So happy to be on Zoom tonight for us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yep, business managers report. Do you guys have any questions for Mr. Smith? Or Mr. Smith, do you have anything to add?
I don't, Mr. Chairman, but as always, I'll answer any questions.
All right, thank you. Think we're good. Dr. Jones, your report. Anything to add?
Nothing to add, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Look at that, Cynthia, we're getting down to business now.
That's what I hear.
Okay. All right, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? All right. We're on to old business. We have some motions here. On second reading, we have policy GCL, which is professional development opportunities. Policy JA, student policy goals. Policy JB, equal educational opportunities. Policy JC, student attendance boundaries. Policy JFCB, student use of personal electronic devices. Can I get a motion on second reading, please?
I'd make that motion.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions, comments? All right, hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? All right, passed on second reading. All right, new business. We have first reading for 4 policies. Policy GBIJ, fundraising activities, staff and student organizations. We have regulation GBIJ-R1, fundraising activities, staff and student organizations. And then we have the exhibit for that policy. And we also have policy IHBI, time distribution records for federal programs. Can I get a motion on first reading, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Just to bring to your attention, met with the administrative team this afternoon, and on policy GBIJ, fundraising activities, staff, and student organizations, a couple things that I'm going to include. So at the top, under A, prior authorization, it speaks to all funding activities meant to supplement classroom instruction, school-sponsored athletics, activities, programs, and so on, must have prior approval and go through this whole process. But what I want to add, and this is feedback from the principals, there are some fundraising things like, you know, if you're having a slush burger dinner for a particular, at one of the ball games or something, and those kinds of things that's probably a bad example. Ryan, give me a better example.
Like the 50-50 tickets at a football game.
Yeah.
7 rolls for the drama. Just
Yeah.
those quick fundraising.
The idea behind this policy is more, we want to kind of rein in if you're a teacher or a sponsor or a coach and you have a desire to go get some resources or purchase something, rather than immediately going to a fundraiser, there's a process to get that, kind of have a conversation with the principals and determine, is this necessary? Do we already have the funding and you just haven't checked yet? So trying to ease the pressure on our community and bypass having to go to them as often as it happens. But there are some, like Mr. Furman had said, there are some situations where you're selling cinnamon rolls at a ball game or a volleyball tournament or whatever. We don't expect to have constant oversight and processes, utilizing this process. That's a little bit of a unnecessary. So I'll wordsmith that a little bit better than I did tonight, because that took me about 3 to 4 hours to say what I just said there. And then under B, standards for approval, under number 1, demonstrating necessity, I take that back. Under number 2, aligns with district priorities. The activity supports student learning, co-curricular programming, or school improvement goals. We're gonna revise that to say co-curricular / extracurricular, so. That was, I believe, going further into the policy on regulation, GBIJ regulation, fundraising activities. So this is the R1 regulation. If you go down towards the bottom, under 8, closing out reporting, Actually, you know what? I take that back. There was, further up the page, district level review thresholds. One of the things that we're going to recommend deleting under district review thresholds, number 4, third bullet, the use of online fundraising platforms or public campaigns. That doesn't need to go to the superintendent. We're just gonna eliminate that altogether. And I just wanna be clear that when we go back to the original policy, we speak to the crowdfunding, which is something that obviously people have a right to do as a coach or a sponsor, but our expectation is that they would at least check with their advisor, or excuse me, their supervisor, before going on their own and launching into a fundraiser of their own through social media. Again, just kind of a professional courtesy to say, this is what I'm wanting, is this something that the school district can help with? And if we can, we should, before they take it on themselves to do the fundraising when it's not necessary. So, I believe that was that. That was it, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions, comments?
Dr. Jones, did you say there was one under closeout reporting? You jumped up and then.
Yeah, you know, Mr. Chairman, Ms. Biden, there was one of the principals, and I don't remember who it was, under closeout reporting, the comment was the very last bullet, the third bullet, confirmation that funds were used as approved. And the conversation was maybe that instead of saying used, it should say deposited as approved. But going back to the bullet or the heading, closeout reporting, within 10 school days following completion, the teacher, coach, sponsor shall submit a final revenue expenditure report, and then variance explanation from the proposed budget if there was any, and then confirmation that funds were used as approved. As I went back and read this, I actually like the word used, and so I don't remember,
Or like appropriate.
well, that's a fancy word, we could do that too.
I think use first.
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about the word deposited instead of used, but I like used.
Yeah.
So, that was it.
All right, anything else, guys? All right, hearing nothing, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? All right, passes on first reading.
And also, Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
the exhibit, since we only need one reading on that,
Mhm.
I would just recommend, and hopefully it's not too late to do this, but just coming back to that next time with second reading, since we're gonna take all 3 of these
Yeah.
at the same time.
Let's keep them together.
Keep them together.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Okay, moving on. We had the 2026-27 classified staff renewals. Can I get a motion to approve the 2026-27 classified staff renewals as presented, please?
I'd make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Ms. Whitman? Any questions, comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Good. All right, it's passed. Can I get a motion to adopt the 2026-27 salary schedules as presented, please?
I'd make that motion.
Thank you, Mr.
Second.
Davidson. Thank you, Ms. Bynum. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? All right. Salary schedules pass. And next, we have our proposed preliminary budget. Remember, this is proposed budget. Mr. Smith visited with us quite a bit here, and he is here on Zoom in case anybody has any questions at this time. Could I get a motion to accept the proposed 2026-27 preliminary budget as presented, please?
I'd make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Davidson.
Second.
Ms. Biteman? Any questions or comments for Mr. Stein? I think he did a pretty good job outlining this in his meeting, and I appreciate you being here, but I thought maybe you should be here just in case we need you.
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and remembering that you won't fully adopt this budget until the third Wednesday in July, so it does still allow for a lot of questions and conversation if needed, Mr. Chairman. So happy to engage in that, another work session if you need it. But I don't think Dr. Jones or I have any suggestions on any changes at this point. But if something were to come up, we certainly would inform the board.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right. Hearing no other questions or comments, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. All right, preliminary budget is passed. All right, we have a generator install. Can I get a motion to approve the generator installation bid as presented, please?
I would make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson.
Second.
Ms. Feitman. Any questions, comments about our generator? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Bid is approved. And the last motion here. Can I get a motion to adopt the auto enrollment 457 plan resolution as presented?
I'd make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson.
Second.
Ms. Feitman. Dr. Jones, can you talk a little bit about the auto enrollment 457 plan? Or Mr. Smith?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman, I could, but I would rather not steal the thunder.
Okay.
Like steal away, Dr. Jones. So, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, what we are suggesting is that for new employees, what this resolution does is that for new employees who begin work after July 1, they are auto-enrolled into an additional retirement savings plan for them. They have the ability within 90 days to opt out and receive a full refund or modify their amount of savings, whatever they would like to do. But this only applies to new employees. So I just want to make sure that was clear. And Mr. Chairman, I've done this for almost 30 years, and I've never had one employee who has left our employment who said they had too much money in their retirement account. So while this may feel a little paternalistic or maternalistic in some ways, Mr. Chairman, I wish someone would have done this to me 27 years ago.
Okay.
And so again, it's an opt-out instead of opt-in. And so we think this is another way for folks to just, especially given the salary changes we're seeing right now, it's another way for them to sort of seamlessly integrate additional personal savings. So this is their personal money being saved. This is not employer money. This is them contributing to their own success in the future while they won't miss it. So there you go, Mr. Chairman.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for that explanation, Mr. Smith. The old 457 auto enrollment. Thank you for the numbers. All right, any other questions, comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? All right, we've got an auto enrollment 457 plan. Do we have any correspondence tonight? All right. Ms. Stolick did get a hold of me, and she said her daughter, AC, is at the best of the best, and she's gonna hustle to make it, but might not make it, so. I hope AC went faster than Ms. Stolick did. And I did not hear from Mr. Edson. Any board member reports, requests, concerns? Mr. Davidson.
Not at this time.
All right. Ms. Feinrich.
Preschool graduation for Tongue River Littles is on Thursday, May 14th at 6 p.m. at the old elementary. And then on the Bighorn side, it'll be May 19th at 6 p.m. here in the auditorium. Exciting times.
Sounds like the cutest graduation. You want cap and gowns or anything like that? I remember doing that. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. But then you see your little kid in it and you're like, that is so cute. Awesome. Thank you. I don't have anything to report. There was, Mr. Edson supposed to be at a curriculum council meeting. Was it yesterday?
Just
earlier today. Could you do a quick report on curriculum council for Mr. Edson?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, so it was our final curriculum council meeting this afternoon, and we had some good conversation around some accomplishments and from department-wide across the district, things that they worked on individually by content area. A lot of it was some good celebrations in terms of the work that we are focusing on, going back to the strategic plan and focusing on Tier 1 instruction and making sure that we're approaching that with doing the right work so that we can get the biggest bang for our buck and we're not out of alignment in terms of the curriculum that we're using, the instruction that is used with that curriculum, and then how we're assessing. So it all seems like that would all make sense and be common sense, but sometimes it isn't as easy as it sounds. And then I would just say that there was some conversation around what some groups are wanting for next year. And I'll let maybe Ms. Zimmer speak to that just briefly about the requests.
Oh, the resource adoption.
Resource adoptions.
Okay, wasn't sure where you're going with that.
Yeah, just give her a little jump scare.
Wasn't following. Yeah, so resource adoption for this year is for the music and the fine and performing arts, music and art. And so we had each group throughout the year go through, put in requests for what they need for resources to help them teach the curriculum. And so we were able to go through that list at the curriculum council tonight. And then people were able to ask questions, and we'll go through, Joy and I will this next week and start getting the purchase orders put together for that and order that July 1st. So our art and music department will have new resources this next year. And then we talked that next year, the elementary is going to do a math resource adoption. They've requested to kind of jump ahead early and look at math again. They realized through our work in proficiency scales that the text that we're using and the program that we're using doesn't quite match our philosophy with math. And so they're going to go through that again. And then the secondary is going to be looking at some morphology, so vocabulary and grammar resources to help them with their writing. So.
Well, thank you for that report. All right, I do have a question. Tongue River graduation, Mr. Wild, I hear you're the speaker.
I am, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's the bighorn?
Mrs. Standard.
All right. Well, that'll be fun. We're excited about participating in it. You excited, Mr. Wild?
As long as I don't think about it, yeah.
Congratulations. All right. Do I have anything else to add? All right. Guess what? We're done. All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Now that the camera's off, I want to say thank you. I didn't want to give a mess on.
Sorry, I was.
Oh.